All right, so the flow for today is definitely going to be a bit more of an upper body and core intensive flow. We're going to take this toward a one-legged curl or get as close as we can. So have that in mind. Definitely working into the shoulders, all through the core, the front, the back side in particular, a bit of the glutes as well. So just kind of have that in mind as we go through the different variations of the poses today. All that said, to start, the one demonstration I have is going toward the one-legged crow itself. And keep in mind, this is considerably more difficult than a regular crow. And I want you to at least work towards shifting your weight to one arm and off the other and coming toward the one-legged crow as close as you can. And there may be a point where you're just kind of lifting your knee a little bit, taking the weight off, and then setting it back down, and that's fine. You got to chip into it from somewhere. And there's a few stages with this. So what'll happen is at the end of the flow here, every sequence is going to lead you to the front of the mat. And again, we'll just take this regular setup for crow here to start. So both hands down, dig into the fingertips, knees to the upper arms, and keep in mind, you don't want to bring the knees up too high. You're not going to set them in your armpits for this transition. So make sure your knees are on the lower part of the upper arm. So look forward, lean forward, take it slow. And when you come into this, what you want to do is have yourself actually moving toward vertical as much as you can. All right. So this isn't exactly an inversion. It's, if you want to get technical, everybody calls it an arm balance. But you want to keep your head moving low and your shoulders going forward, and try to keep your hips up higher in the air, and that'll make it much easier to shift your weight. So as you come forward, just start to lean. When the feet lift, big toes to touch, bring the heels up. And then from here, I'll cue which leg to shift. So I'm going to put my weight over to the right and release the left knee. And then I can just set it back down. Just lifting that knee is a big deal. So just look down at the floor, stay focused, grip with your fingers, and see about shifting your weight. Now, if you can keep that leg lifted, see about squeezing in toward the other leg. And I've only got one knee in my right arm right now. The left leg is just squeezing in. If you can take things further, keep your hips high and just slowly extend your lifted leg up and back. And the more vertical you can maintain that, the more you're going to be able to keep this pose under control. If you try to extend straight back, it's much more muscular and much more difficult to hold. If you move toward vertical, you're actually starting to stack your joints, and it takes less effort, which may not seem like that at first if you're having trouble balancing, but work toward that. The whole thing with extending the leg is when you've actually got control of what you're doing. So if you're just struggling to lift one knee or keep your legs squeezed together, just stick with that. You don't have to take things any further. So just feel things out, be honest with where you're at today, and take things as far as you can. This is a much harder pose than it looks, and it's much harder than crow. And people don't realize that until they lift that leg, and all of a sudden it's like, what am I doing here? So just work it as best you can and be patient with yourself as far as that goes. So all that said, let's go ahead and start this on our backs. So go ahead, bring yourself all the way down. And what I want you to do once you're down here is pull your knees in toward your chest. And this might seem like we're starting this out in Happy Baby, but I want you to open up your legs to about 9 degrees, but keep the thighs parallel to each other. So bring your hands to the backs of your thighs, just underneath the knee joint, and then pull down, squeeze everything in. Now draw the thighs in toward your torso as close as you can, so we're working some compression here right away. So you're closing that gap right at the hinge of the hips, so your thighs should actually be touching your belly. And if you can, bring the knees in toward your chest as close as you can. Now you may just need to keep your hands on separate legs like this and keep this grip to hold on to this. If you can go further, maybe wrap the arms across and squeeze down. Now maintain that compression, keep the thighs in as close as you can, and then just work to relax everywhere else. So keep your knees bent and just let the lower legs relax. And try to flatten your spine down toward the mat, although the low back is going to round, your tailbone's going to lift. Now keep enough tension in your arms to keep the thighs pulled in close, but as best you can, relax your shoulders down. And then just close your eyes. So just give yourself a moment to settle in here like this. Let your mind quiet down. And then just start to deepen your breathing here. So the inhale's pulling as much air as you can. Try to fill up your lungs. Hold on to that breath at the top and feel that pressure against your legs as it pulled in. When you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. Let your body flatten out. Empty as completely as you can, and work to make your exhales last at least as long as your exhales as you breathe. And just keep breathing like this to begin. Now when you're ready here, take a deep inhale. And then when you exhale, just open your eyes. And then go ahead and release your grip. Bring your feet down to the floor. Arms down to your sides. And to see that your feet are about hips-width distance apart here to begin, we'll take things slow. So with your next inhale, reach your arms out long past your head. And then with your exhale, bring your arms down to your sides. Inhale, reach this out long. Exhale, arms to your sides again. Inhale, reach this out long. Now with the exhale, bring the arms down, and this time curl up as well. Lift your head, lift your shoulders. Just stay lifted for a moment. Keep your gaze forward. Stretch forward through your fingertips. We'll go back and forth from here. So with your next inhale, roll this out. With your exhale, curl forward. Inhale, roll this out long. Exhale, curl forward again. Inhale, roll this out. Now with the exhale, curl, but reach to the right of your legs and twist. Inhale, roll this out long. And then with the exhale, curl this left. Inhale, roll out long. Exhale, curl right again. Inhale, roll this out long. Exhale, curl to your left side. Inhale, roll this out. Now with the exhale, curl right one more time and hold. Now stretch forward through your fingertips. Lift your left shoulder higher. Work this further as a twist. With your next inhale, roll this out long. And then with the exhale, curl left and hold here. Stretch forward through the fingertips. Try to bring the right shoulder up a bit higher. Inhale, roll this out long. Now with the exhale this time, just curl forward. Stay lifted. Belly pulled in, low back down. Keep looking forward. And then take it further. Push through the fingertips. Lift your shoulders up a little bit higher. With your next inhale, roll this out long. And then with the exhale, just keep the arms past your head and bring the backs of your hands down to the floor. Now let the shoulders come down and then just lightly twist and let your knees move to the right and to the left. And then go ahead and bring your knees back into center. We'll take this through a couple variations of bridge. So feet on the floor about hips-width distance apart. Bring your heels in close. You can start with your low back as flat as possible. And just keep the knees up high. And then the arms are still reaching past your head. Now stretch this out long. Press the backs of the hands down. Keep your shoulders down. And just keep your gaze high. We'll take it up and down from here. So with your next inhale, press into your feet. Squeeze your glutes. Lift your hips. Exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, press your hips up high. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your hips again. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, press your hips high. And then with the exhale, lower. Now inhale, lift your hips up one more time and hold. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips lifted like this. And then as you hold on to that engagement, dig into your heels. See about lifting your toes up off the floor. Now I want you to hold that tension with your hips up high and just move your arms. So take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bring your arms down to your sides. Inhale, reach this out long. Hips are still lifted. And then with the exhale, bring the arms back down. Inhale, reach this out long past your head. Exhale, arms down to your sides again. Inhale, reach this out long. And then with the exhale, bring your arms down to your sides one more time. Now press into the palms, dig into the heels, lift your hips up higher still. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just roll everything back down. Take a couple breaths. And then we're going to set up for another variation from here. So just keep the arms at your sides with your palms on the floor. Pull the right heel in close to your seat. And then just step your left foot away from you, forward about 1 foot's length. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're just staggering the stance. And we'll go up and down from here. So with an inhale, press into your heels. Lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, press your hips up high again. Exhale, roll this down. Inhale, lift your hips and hold this time. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips lifted like this. Keep breathing. Press into your hands. And then without releasing your hips toward the floor at all, dig into that left heel. And then see about pulling the right knee toward your chest and maybe extend your right leg up high. Take an inhale. With the exhale, bring the right foot down and roll your spine back down to the mat. And then once you're down, switch it out. Pull the left heel in close and step the right foot forward away from you about 1 foot's length. Now pressing your palms, dig down into both feet. With an inhale, lift your hips up high, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, roll your spine down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, press your hips high and hold this time. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips lifted like this, keep breathing. And then without lowering your hips at all, dig into that right heel. And then see about pulling the left knee toward your chest. Maybe extend your left leg high. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, let's bring this all back down. Now once you're down, take an inhale, reach your arms out long past your head. And with your exhale, just keep reaching, palms open toward the ceiling, feet set about hips width distance apart. And then take it deeper with the twist here. So fold your knees over to the right and really squeeze your legs toward the floor. And then come through center, press your knees down to the left. Back through center, try to take it deeper. Press your knees down over to the right side. And then through center, come over to the left again. And then just one more round to take it further. Bring your knees over to the right. Now keep your shoulders on the floor. Press your legs down as much as you can. Work to lift your right hip. And maybe it comes up, maybe it not. And then release from this side. Bring your knees through center. Come over to left. Now really press your legs into the floor. Keep your shoulders down. Work to lift your left hip this time. And then release here. Bring your knees back up to center. And then pull your knees to your chest. Bring your hands to your knees. Just squeeze everything down for a moment. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your grip. Bring the left foot to the floor. And extend your right leg up high. Now as you extend the right leg, work to stack the ankle over the hip. You can bend the knee if you need to, but keep the leg as straight as you can. The foot stays flexed. Sole of the foot faces the ceiling. Now lift your head, lift your shoulders, reach high with both arms. Now I take this back and forth, reaching one hand at a time. I want you to work this as a twist, reaching from your shoulders rather than just your hands. On my count, starting with the right hand. So 10, 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. And on 1, keep reaching through that left arm. Keep the left shoulder high. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, release. Bring everything down. When you're ready, switch out for the other side. Right foot stays down, left leg high this time. Now stack the ankle above the hip. Straighten the leg as best you can. You can keep bending the knee if you need to. Sole of the foot faces the ceiling. Again, lift your head, lift your shoulders. Reach high through both arms. Work the twist and start with the left hand this time. 10, 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. And on 1, keep reaching with that right shoulder high. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, release. Bring it all back down. Now once you come down, pull your knees to your chest. Bring your hands to your knees. Squeeze in. And curl up this time. Lift your head, lift your shoulders. Bring your nose close to your knees. And then go across at the ankles. Roll forward to a seat. Come further to your hands. Find all fours. And just give yourself a moment here to move around. Stretch your hands. Stretch your fingers. Let the shoulders and hips move side to side. And just feel things out. Loosen up your spine. You can shake your legs out and just feel out where you're loose and where you're tight for a moment. And then just bring this into center in all fours. I'm going to take this further into the wrists right away. So wrists meet the shoulders and knees meet the hips just to set this up. Now looking down at your hands, slide your hands a little bit close to your knees, about one hand's length. And then flip your hands over. Backs of the hands down, palms facing up. The fingertips point toward you. Now, you can bring the hands in closely, keep in mind, but flatten your hands, spread your fingers out wide, dig your fingertips down, press your spine up toward the ceiling, and keep your spine lifted here to start. And with your arms straight, maybe just sway your shoulders side to side. Now, again, if this is too intense, just bring the hands right in front of the knees. You always take more weight to the legs. And if just holding this position is enough, just stay here. Be sure you have that tension in your hands with the fingertips trying to claw the backs of the hands down into the floor. Now, if you can take it further still, stay grounded like this with the fingertips pressing down. But we'll take this into just some slow cow and cat breathing. So with an inhale, drop your belly, pull your chest forward, lift your gaze. Exhale, round your spine and empty out. Inhale, drop your belly, pull your chest forward, gaze up high. Exhale, round and empty again. Inhale, drop your belly, pull your chest forward, look up. Exhale, round and empty one more time. And then come up onto the fingertips. And walk your hands forward again. Come into your regular all fours. So resting at the shoulders and knees underneath the hips, look down. And with your palms facing down, this time rotate your fingertips to the side and in toward the knees like this. Now flatten your hands, spread your fingers out wide, and grip the mat. Really press the fingertips down. This will be probably a bit easier than with the last position. And again, if you want to back off the intensity, just bring the hands closer to the knees. Now keep digging your fingertips down. Keep your spine lifted here to start. And maybe just sway the shoulders side to side. That could be good enough. Now, if you want to take this further, we'll move the legs as well. Just keep that grip the whole time. So when you're ready, with an inhale, just extend the right leg straight back. And then with the exhale, curl this in, knee to nose. Inhale the right leg back again. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale, knee to nose one more time. And then with your next inhale, extend the right leg back and keep it straight. Now point to the right big toe, lock the knee, lower the right hip so the hips are squared. Keep gripping the floor with your fingers. Now I want to pulse the right leg. This is to get into the glutes, so lifting the heel up high. Keep that leg straight. And bring it up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring the right knee down. We're going to take that on the other side. Now still press into the fingertips, still grip the mat. With your next inhale, extend the left leg straight back. Exhale, curl this in, knee to nose. Inhale the left leg back again. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale the left leg back. Exhale, knee to nose one more time. And then inhale, extend the left leg back and just straighten it completely. Now reach to the big toe, lock the knee, lower the left hip. And then again here, pulse, bringing that heel up high. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then bring your left knee down. Come up onto the fingertips now to sitting on your heels and take a moment. Shake your hands out. Loosen up your fingers. Loosen up your wrists. And then when you're ready, come back into all fours. Now I want to take this into a modified side plank from here. And this is going to be kind of an unusual sort of setup and movement. And we're going to use this during the flow. So I'm going to start with the right side as the base. So just look down. Slide your right hand over to the right about one hand's width. And then tuck the toes of your right foot and keep the toes tucked. Now step the left foot behind the right. Bring your left hand to your left hip and just open up to the side. Now grip the floor with the right hand. And then when you're ready, lift the left foot up off the floor. Now from here, take it further. Pull that left knee in toward your chest. Just keep it lifted. And we're going to do this supported here to start. So with your left hand, just bring the fingertips down to the floor. This is just to hold your balance. All the weight's still on the right hand. And then we're going to take this up and down. So the toes of the right foot are tucked. When you're ready, straighten the right leg, lift your hips up high. And then bring that right knee back down. Again, straighten the right leg, bring your hips up high. And then bring the knee back down. Straighten your leg, hips up high. And then bring the knee down one more time. And then go ahead and release and come down to all fours. And we're going to take that on the other side. So again, just look down and look at your left hand. Slide it further left about one hand's width. And then tuck the toes of the left foot, but keep that left knee down to start. Now go ahead and step the right foot back behind the left. Bring the right hand to the right hip and open up to the side. And grip the floor with your left hand. Now when you're ready, lift the right foot. And then pull the right knee in toward your chest. Keep it close. Now, right hand, bring the fingertips down to the floor. Keep the palm lifted. And again, this is just for your balance. And we'll take it up and down here. So dig the toes of the left foot down. Lift your left knee, straighten the leg, bring the hips up high. And then set that knee back down. Again, lift the left knee up off the floor. And then come back down. One more time, lift your left knee. And then one more time, come back down. And then bring it back into all fours. Now just take a moment to breathe. Now we'll take it even further from here. So from this, we're going to take this into the shoulders, and we'll work the compression as well. So why don't you bring your forearms down to the floor. And we're going to take it to dolphin. You can have the forearms parallel with the palms down or press the palms together. But either way, see your elbows stay within shoulder width. When you're ready, tuck your toes, lift your knees, bring your hips up high. And if you just want to hang out here and stay loose, that's fine. But if you can take it further, walk your feet forward, get your hips up as high as you can. Now you can just hold the position, press in your hands, feel the weight move to the length of the forearms. And maybe your head just hangs, but stay lifted from the shoulders. If you can take this further, I'm going to cue this into dolphin push-ups. So for that, with an inhale, bring your chin as far forward as you can. Exhale, press back. Forward for 2. And then press it back. Forward for 3. Press this back again. Forward for 4. And then press back. Now forward for 5. Press it back again. And then just keep your hips lifted. You're still in dolphin. And we're going to take this to a baby crow. So press in your hands, bend your knees, keep your heels lifted. And then start to walk this in. Now as your feet come closer, find that compression again. Bring the thighs in toward your belly and in toward your chest. And then target your knees for your armpits. So we're trying to touch the knees to the upper arms. And if you're coming short, you can just hold here for a moment. You can let go anytime. But if you can touch the arms, look forward, start to lean, and see about lifting your feet. Now, if you're able to find that lift in that baby crow, there's an extra step, and since we're taking toward a one-legged crow, maybe a one-legged baby crow, and this is not easy at all, but you can lean your weight left. Maybe release the right knee and squeeze the legs to the side. Maybe extend that right leg up and back, and this is a real hassle to get it into. Just take things to where you can. And when you're ready, bring everything down and come into all fours, and that's going to make the regular crow and one-legged crow seem a little bit easier. All right, we're actually going to take another round and take that toward the other side, or as close as we can get. So when you're ready, come back down onto your forearms. Now again, forearms parallel with the palms down or palms together. Just keep the elbows within shoulder width. And then when you're ready, tuck your toes, lift your knees, bring your hips up high, come back to dolphin. Now see if you can take it higher than before. Walk your feet further and keep your hips lifted, keep pressing into your hands. And then for the dolphin push-ups, with an inhale, bring your chin forward as far as you can. Exhale, press back, hips high. Forward for 2. And then press it back. Forward for 3. Press it back again. Forward for 4. And then press back. Now forward for 5. Press back one more time. Stay lifted. And let's walk this in. So the heels stay lifted. Bend the knees. Let the hips go even higher as your knees come close. Now close that gap at the hinge of the hips. Target the knees for the armpits. And again, you're trying to get the knees to touch the upper arms. Now, if you can find that contact, look forward, start to lean. See about taking this further to lift your feet. And if you want to play around with one leg, lean your weight right. Maybe release the left knee and bring it to the right. Maybe extend that left leg up and back. And then just go ahead and let things go when you're ready and come back up to all fours. And from all fours, give yourself a moment just to move around and breathe. Now you can just stay here and breathe, just take a break, maybe take another stretch before you move on, but whenever you're ready, go ahead, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips, and find your down dog. Now once you move in a position, take a look at how you set this up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart. Pressing your palms, flatten your hands so you can feel some weight toward the base of your thumbs. And then sink your chest low to the floor. Now as your chest sinks down, press your hips up as high toward the ceiling as you can. And really reach your hips up toward the ceiling to bring the upper body into one long straight line. Hold some tension through your belly around the low ribs. Keep your core tense. And let go of tension in the backs of your legs. So if your legs are tight, just bend the knees and let that go. And maybe just pedal this out and stay loose and let your hips move side to side. When you're ready, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees, look forward, step this to the front of the mat. Let's take a ragdoll fold. So feet about hips width distance apart, deep bend in the knees. Let your belly touch your thighs, let your head hang, let your spine round. And let everything go long and loose here. Let the muscles in your neck relax. Now you can hang your hands to the floor. You can reach to opposite elbows if you like, and maybe shake this side to side to loosen further. And then when you're ready, just release any grip that you have. Keep the knees bent to begin, but then restack your spine. So slowly round this up to standing. Bring your head up last. And then just open up your palms at your sides. Now when you're ready with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands down to heart center. Now take a moment here to breathe, set an intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with your next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. Hinge at the hips. Start with a straight spine. Put a little bend in the knees. Keep your core engaged. Move smoothly. And then release at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift this up halfway. Fingertips to the floor to your shins. Lengthen forward through the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands to the mat and step this back to high plank. Find your shape. Resting the shoulders, palms press to the floor. Press the floor away from you. Press your spine up toward the ceiling and stay lifted. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, slowly bring your shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Keep your body in line, elbows pulled into your sides. Lower with control, all the way to your belly. Now once you're down, flatten the feet out behind you. Hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. And let's take this up and down through low cobras. With an inhale, just peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, peel this up again. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, peel up one more time, now just stay lifted. Keep the lift in the upper body, press into your feet, take some more all the way out of your hands. Elbows at your sides, draw the shoulders back. Lift up a little bit higher yet. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just roll back down. Now hands under the shoulders, elbows in at your sides, press the palms down to the floor. And let's take this to upward facing dog. So with an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward, let your hips hang, stand on the tops of your feet. Keep your legs active, work to lift your knees up from the mat. Take it further, kick your feet down, squeeze your glutes and pull the hips forward to deepen the arc to the front. Lift with the arms, lift up through your shoulders, keep your neck long, keep your chest pulling forward. And then take an inhale. And with the exhale, pull your belly in. Hips up high, back to down dog. Paddle out. Let your hips move side to side. Now from your down dog, take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, bend your knees. Look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift it up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to stand and reach up high. And then with the exhale, this time sink in the chair. Bend your knees. Sink your hips down, put the weight to your heels. Now as you come down, pay attention to your stance. Feet not too wide within hips with distance. Big toes towards center, knees towards center, belly pulled in. And sink your hips down lower. Now keep your lower body as is. You're still in chair, but take an inhale. Now with the exhale, pull the elbows out wide. Draw your shoulders back, open your chest, gaze high. Inhale, reach up, look forward. Exhale, open up, let your head fall back. Inhale, arms high, look forward. Exhale, elbows wide, open your chest. Inhale, reach up, look forward. Exhale, one more time, elbows wide, look up, hold here. Now draw your shoulder blades toward each other, maybe sink your hips down a little bit lower. And then look forward. Now keep your shoulders pulled back. Bring the backs of your hands to your low back. Palms facing away, fingers spread wide. Pull the shoulders further back. Keep the elbows wide and maybe sink this lower. Now while you hold this, put the weight to the right foot, lift your left heel. And we'll take this to warrior three. So straighten the right leg, extend your left leg straight back. Keep your lifted body in line. You can stay more toward upright. And if you're able, bring yourself down toward parallel. Now keep your gaze forward, shoulders back, keep breathing, hold your balance. Lower your left hip, keep it in line with the right. I want to work the right leg a little bit here. So even just a little bit, bend the right knee and feel yourself sink down. Push into the right foot, come back up towards straight. Again, bend your right knee, sink down even just a little. Push into your right foot, come back up. Now try to take it deep, bend to the right knee. Bring your belly down toward touching your right thigh. Hold here. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, both hands down, left foot down behind your low lunge. Now I want to take it into that modified side plank. So the left hand's your base. Bring the left knee down and keep the toes left foot tucked. Slide your left hand further left about one hand's width. Right foot steps behind the left. Right hand to the right hip. Open up to the side. And then once you find your position, lift the right foot up off the floor. Now pull the right knee into your chest and keep it in close. And you got two choices here. You can take hold of the right knee or bring the fingertips of the right hand down to the floor. But when you're ready, go ahead and lift that left knee up off the floor. Bring your hips up high. Roll to the outside edge of the left foot and hold. Keep your hips lifted. Maybe point that right knee up toward the ceiling if you're holding that, and keep breathing. Now take an inhale. With the exhale, back to center. Right hand comes forward, right foot comes forward. Find low lunge. Now once you're in this shape, take a look at your stance. Feet on two separate tracks, hips with distance. Right knee bent, left heel lifted. And we'll take this as a grounded twist. Left hand becomes a fist. Press it to the floor inside your right leg. Half bind with the right arm. Bring it behind your back, palm face away, and keep that right shoulder high. Now push into the right foot, look down the length of your left arm, and then back and forth. As you push into the right foot, hover your left hand. And then hinge from the hips, come all the way upright. Right shoulder back, left arm forward. And then hinge forward, take it slow. Lightly touch your left hand to the floor. Push into the right foot, bring this back up. Right shoulder back, left arm forward. And then hinge forward and just lightly touch that left hand to the floor. One more time, push into the right foot. Bring yourself all the way upright. Right shoulder back, left arm forward, hold here. With your next inhale, reach the arms up high, square your chest forward. And then with the exhale, back to twisting. Hands through heart center. Bring the left elbow outside the right thigh. Now press the elbow to the thigh. Press the palms together. Look to the right and look over your right shoulder. Keep the left hip pulling forward. You can drop the left knee down if you need to, but keep your twist and keep breathing here. Now slowly hold on to that twist, and if your left knee is lifted, bring it all the way down and flatten the left foot behind you. Now from wherever you are, with an inhale, turn to center, reach the arms up high, and just hold. Now everything stacks to vertical from the left knee up, push into your right foot, kick into the left, and then both hands behind your head, interlace your fingers, palms open, elbows wide, shoulders pulled back. And once you have that position, bring your gaze up high, keep your chest open. Now keep looking up toward the ceiling and move back and forth through the hips. So bend to the right knee, sink your hips down and forward, still looking up. And then push in your right foot. Lean this back, keep your shoulders pulled back. Again, bend to the right knee, sink down and forward, keep your gaze up high. Push into the right foot. Lean this back, keep your shoulders pulled back. One more time. Bend to the right knee, sink your hips down and forward. And then one more time, push into the right foot. Lean this further back, try to take it deeper and hold here. Now this might be good enough. Kick into that left foot. Feel that length all through the left side. If you want to work it as a twist, here's the option. You release the right hand. Maybe reach down toward your left heel as the left shoulder goes high. You don't have to touch the heel. Just open to the side and keep breathing here. Keep that left hip pushing forward. Now with your next inhale, turn to center. Reach the arms high. Woo, look forward. I almost fell down. And then with the exhale, bring your hands to the floor around that right foot. Now tuck the toes of your left foot. Lift your left knee back to low lunge. And then left foot steps forward next to the right, forward fold. When you're ready, with an inhale, lift up halfway. And with the exhale, stretch your hands. We're going to take it to crow. Palms down. Grip the floor with your fingers. Lift your heels up. And touch the knees to the arms, the lower half. Now look forward. Lean forward. Keep gripping. And as your feet lift, bring them up together. Big toes to touch, heels toward your seat. Keep your hips high and your head low. Now, we're going to take it toward that one-legged crow. Try to at least shift your weight. Put the weight to the left side. Maybe just lift the right knee. You can set it down. Or squeeze the right leg into the left. Or go further and extend that right leg up and back. Take it to where you can. And then go ahead and take it to your vinyasa. You can step it back, fly it back, whatever you like. Once you find your down dog, give yourself a moment to breathe. Just paddle out, stay loose. And then we'll take all that to the other side. So from downward facing dog, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees. Look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift it up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale to stand, the arms reach high. Exhale, sink back into chair. Put the weight to heels. Bend your knees and bring your hips down low. Now again, pay attention to your stance. Feet within hips with distance. Big toes and knees towards center. Belly pulled in. Try to sink down lower still. And just keep the lower body as is. Take an inhale as you reach for your fingertips. And then with the exhale, elbows wide, open up your chest, let your head fall back. Inhale, arms high, look forward. Exhale, open up again, elbows wide. Inhale, arms high, look forward. Exhale, open up, elbows wide. Inhale, reach high, look forward. Exhale, open up, elbows wide and hold. Now maybe sink this down lower. And keep your chest open, shoulders pulled back, but bring your hands to your low back, look forward. Palms open, fingers spread wide, shoulders stay pulled back, elbows stay wide, maybe come down lower here. And then focus your weight on your left foot and lift your right heel. When you're ready, straighten your left leg, extend the right leg straight back. And again, balancing that warrior three. Now maybe you're more upright and that's fine, keep everything in line. Or you can hinge it forward, woo, come toward parallel, see if I can actually balance it. Man, my balance is not on today. Now try to lower the right hip so it's in line with the left. Keep your gaze forward, shoulders pulled back. Let's see how it goes here. Now we're going to take it back and forth on that left leg. Bend your left knee at least a little bit, sink down. And then push your left foot, come back up towards straight. Bend your left knee, sink down at least a little. Push your left foot and come back up. Now one more time, try to take it deep. Bend your left knee. Bring your belly down toward touching the left thigh, and then take an inhale. With the exhale, release both hands down, right foot down behind your low lunge. Now into that modified side plank, right side's going to be the base. So bring the right knee down, keep the toes of the right foot tucked, keep that right hand down. And slide the right hand further right about one hand's width. Left foot steps behind the right, left hand comes to your left hip, just open to the side, and then lift your left foot up off the floor. Now pull the left knee into your chest, keep it in close, and then your choice. You can hold the left knee or bring the fingertips of the left hand down. But when you're ready, straighten that right leg, roll to the outside edge of the right foot and hold. Now if you're holding on to that left knee, maybe point it up high, keep your hips high, keep the right arm strong and keep breathing. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bring it down. Left hand comes forward, left foot comes forward into low lunge. Now take a look at how this is set up. Feet on two separate tracks again, hips with distance, right heel lifted behind. As a grounded twist, right hand becomes a fist. Press it to the floor inside the left leg. Left arm behind your back for a half bind. Palm facing, keep that shoulder pulled back and keep the shoulder stacked. Look down the length of the right arm. Now pressing that left foot, hover your right hand. And then hinge from the hips. Bring this all the way upright. Left shoulder back, right arm forward. Hinge forward. And lightly touch that right hand down to the floor. Push into your left foot. Bring this all the way upright. Left shoulder back, right arm forward. And then hinge forward. And touch that right hand down to the mat. One more time, push into that left foot, all the way up, left shoulder back, right arm forward, hold here. Now with your next inhale, turn to center, reach both arms high. Exhale, twist again, hands come through heart center. Bring the right elbow outside your left thigh this time. Now press the elbow to the thigh, press the palms together, look back over your left shoulder, and just breathe here. You can always drop that right knee, keep in mind. Now, if the right knee is lifted, keep your twist, but set it down. And once the right knee comes down, flatten the right foot underneath you. Now, from wherever you are, with an inhale, turn to center, reach both arms high. And everything stacks to vertical from the right knee up. Now, once you're ready, bring your hands behind your head. So interlace the fingers, palms open, elbows wide, shoulders pulled back. And then let your head fall back and look up toward the ceiling. Feel all that length through the front of the right side from the knee up. Now let's take this back and forth. As you're looking toward the ceiling, bend your left knee, sink your hips down and forward. Keep your chest open. Keep looking up, press into your left foot, and lean this back. Now bend in your left knee, bring the hips down and forward, keep your gaze high. Push in your left foot, come back up and lean this further back. One more time. Deep bend the left knee, sink your hips down and forward. Keep your chest open, keep looking up, lean this back one more time and hold. Now kick into the right foot, keep that right hip pressing forward. And if you want to take it even deeper toward a twist, release your left hand. Reach down toward the right heel as that right elbow points up. Now just keep breathing. With your next inhale, turn to center, both arms high. And then with the exhale, bring the hands down around that left foot. Tuck the toes of the right foot, lift the right knee, low lunge again. And then step the right foot forward next to the left, forward fold. When you're ready, take an inhale, lift this up halfway. And then with the exhale, set your hands down. Let's take it back to crow. Palms down, grip the floor, bring your heels up and touch the knees, lower half of the upper arms. Look forward, lean forward, just take it slow. Keep your head low, shoulders forward, keep your hips high. Let the toes come to touch when the feet lift. Now, if you're going to take that one-legged crow, lean to the right at least a little bit, and maybe lift that left knee. You can set it down, or squeeze the left leg into the right. Or, if you're going to go further, go slow, and you can extend that left leg up and back. When you're ready, go ahead and take it through another vinyasa here. Now, I know that one-legged curl is hard, and it's even harder when you try to talk while you're doing it. Now, once you find your down dog, take an inhale. And with the exhale, just bring your knees to the floor, come down to all fours. Now, we're just going to take this right to Gomukhasana. So from all fours, bring your right knee forward to the center of the mat. Right foot over to the left side. And then pull the left knee in directly behind the right and squeeze your legs together. Bring your feet out as wide as you can as the leg squeeze. Come down to sitting between your heels. And just give yourself a moment to adjust. Now, if this is too much and your hips are tight, go ahead and sit with your left leg extended forward, that's the bottom leg, and right leg crossed over the left knee. And just work this as best you can, get both sit bones down. Now to take the arm bind, we'll start from below. So right arm crosses your low back, palm facing away. With your left hand, reach back and grip what you can, the right wrist, maybe all the way to the elbow or something in between. But draw that right arm back with your left hand and feel that stretch in the front of the right shoulder. This is good enough right here. Now if you can take it further, if you want the full bind, right hand up between the shoulder blades, left arm comes from above, and see about finding that grip somewhere in between. Now wherever you take this to, keep your shoulders back, keep your chest open, and there's nothing wrong with that half bind if that's where you are, keep in mind. I recommend staying upright, but you can fold it forward if you like. But just breathe here, whatever combination of stretches works for you in this pose. And then take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just release whatever arm bind you're in. Set the hands down behind you, lean back and untangle your legs. Just cross the ankles, roll forward to all fours, and we'll take that on the other side. So once you're ready here, bring your left knee forward toward the center. Left foot over to the right. Right knee pulls in directly behind the left. So squeeze your legs together, bring your feet out wide. As your legs are squeezing, come down to sitting between your heels. And again, just give yourself a moment to adjust. Now, you can also do this with the right leg extended forward and left leg crossed over the right knee. So just work it as best you can. Now, once you're ready from the arm bind, take it from below first. Left arm crosses your low back, palm facing away. With your right hand, reach back. Grip what you can, the wrist, the elbow, something in between. But draw back in that left arm to find the stretch on the front of the left shoulder. And you take the full bind. Bring that hand up between the shoulder blades. Right arm comes from below, or from above, rather. And see about finding that grip somewhere in between here. Now again, let this open up your chest, keep your shoulders pulled back. You can fold it forward if you like, but I do recommend just staying upright with this pose. When you're ready, here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release whatever arm bind you're in. Both hands down behind you, lean back, untangle your legs again. And this time, come all the way down onto your back. So once you're down, pull your knees into your chest and just squeeze everything in tight. Now, once you're ready, we're going to take that leg position we had before. So this is Supta Gomukhasana. Just set the left foot down on the floor, but pull the right knee to the center of your chest and open up your right leg to 90 degrees. Cross the legs here. Pull the left knee in tight behind the right. Feet out wide. And then just pull down. Now, it's opposite hand to opposite leg. You can just hold the knees. Keep the knees close to your chest and work to flatten your spine. Push yourself down into the floor. If you want to take it deeper, you can work your hands toward your feet. And if you want to take it even further, curl your toes toward your hands, pull your feet down toward the floor, and then up toward the shoulders at the same time. Now, whatever grip you have, keep your knees pulled in close, keep working to flatten your spine. Push back up into your hands as your hands pull down, and just breathe with this. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your grip, untangle the legs. And let's take it the other way. Right foot goes to the floor this time. Left knee to the center of your chest. Open your left leg to 90 degrees. Cross your legs and draw the right knee in tight behind the left. Now again, opposite hand to opposite leg. You can just hold the knees, or work your hands toward your feet, or curl your toes toward your hands, and then pull your feet down toward the floor and toward the shoulders at the same time. Now again, whatever you're gripping, keep the knees pulled in close. Still work to flatten your spine. And push back up in your hands as your hands pull down. And just breathe here. Keep that tension working both directions. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your grip, untangle the legs. Bring your knees into your chest side by side. And let's take happy baby. Reach between the knees, take hold of the outside edges of your feet. And then stack your ankles above your knees and pull down on both sides. So try to draw the knees down toward the floor outside your ribs. And press your feet back up into your hands at the same time. Keep the tension working both up and down. Now work to flatten your spine, sink your tailbone down toward the floor. And if you want to take it further, you can rock this a little bit side to side. Further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, from wherever you are, take a deep inhale here, draw it down as much as you can. And then with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And then just let your eyes close here and let your body sink down into the mat for a moment. Now when you're ready here, just start to move bit by bit. Fingers and toes, arms and legs. And then extend this out. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms out long past your head. And then pull things back in. Bring your elbows toward your chest, draw your knees up as well. And then just take your time. Find your way up to a comfortable seat. And then just give yourself a moment here. Ground yourself into the mat, stack your spine. Bring your hands at the heart center. Take a deep inhale here, hold on to it at the top. And then just let everything go. I thank you for joining class. Namaste.